Hello there. Thank you for joining us on the program. My name is Femi Akonde. The All Progressives Congress will now decide its fate on the 26th of February, but it is still uncertain how conflicting interests will be pacified in the overall interest of the party. The APC has inaugurated 34 of the 36 state chairmen, but there are still moves within the party to shift the convention date. The number of aspirants for the seat of national chairman is also rising in what will be a keen contest for the soul of the party ahead of next year's general election. My guest today is Mustapha Saliu, a core party man. Mustapha Saliu was an influential member of the All People's Party, the APP, which later metamorphosed to the All Nigeria People's Party, ANPP. Later, together with the kitchen cabinet of then General Muhammadu Buhari, they registered the defunct Congress for Progressive Change, CPC, where he served as the deputy national chairman. He was also at the vanguard of promoting the candidacy of General Muhammadu Buhari in 2007 in the ANPP, and later in 2011 on the platform of the CPC. In 2013, he joined forces with like-minded politicians across the country to form the All Progressives Congress, working strategically with others to secure the presidential tickets for General Muhammadu Buhari. Our guest on the show today is a frontline contender for the position of the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress. He is Saliu Mustapha. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much. You're welcome.
Yes, your party's national convention is coming up. We have seen a lot of people indicate their interest in the position of the national chairman. You are one of those, one of the prominent contenders in that growing list of aspirants. But over the years, what experience have you acquired that you feel qualifies you to be party of, not just a party now, the ruling national party?
Basically, I am aspiring to be the national chairman because I think I have something to offer. I think I can add value to the system. And I believe in life, anywhere I find myself, my first priority will always be how I can improve upon my immediate environment. And today, or in the last 20-something years, my immediate environment has always been the political space around me. I have been a deputy national chairman of the CPC before now. I've been the organizing secretary of the Conference of Nigerian Political Parties. I've been publicity secretary of the then PLP that brought about the liberation of party registrations. And in PAC again, I was the organizing secretary. PAC was also a registered political party. So I think by and large, I have learned a lot from some of the fantastic leaders I've worked with, and the practical knowledge I've gathered in the field has also endeared me to vie for this position.
Yeah, understanding the APC, the politics of the APC within the APC is another thing now here. And, you know, the APC is a coming together of different political parties, your party included, the CPC. A lot of people have said that over the years, what has been happening is just papering over the cracks, that those divisions still exist, like the coming together of a strange bedfellow. So that might be a serious challenge for you if you're elected to run the affairs of the party.
I don't think so. That is from somebody who is an onlooker from the outside. For those of us who are within the family of the APC, we are one strong, united, indivisible family. And managing such a family, for me, is not a major, or it won't be any difficult task. Because don't forget, we have what is binding us. And long after we finish the merger, most of the legacy parties, we all surrendered our identity to form the APC. So yes, we have a history which we are proud of, that we all came from different legacy parties. But what is before us today now is the APC. So it's the APC we are talking about. It's not about the legacy parties, or we're not talking about I'm from this, or I still have this myopic idea that I am a CPC, or no. We are talking of a bigger picture now. And the most important thing is how to manage and sustain the gains recorded so far by the APC.
You were a member, an integral member of President Muhammadu Buhari's presidential ambition right from the days of the CPC. You campaigned vigorously for him. And indeed, in 2015, he won by that popular vote to become Nigeria's president, won a re-election in 2019. Looking at the years of President Muhammadu Buhari's administration, some people will tell you that indeed the president has done his best, but there are still so many challenges to deal with. In your own opinion, would you say the president has done well in handling these challenges?
100% he has done well, especially when you look at where we are coming from and the circumstance we met on ground. For me, I believe he has done absolutely well. And don't forget, I have been with him and I've been struggling for his emergence right from the days of the AMPP when he first contested against President Olusegun Obasanjo. So when you have the history of where we're coming from and what the country had gone through, you will appreciate what he has done so far and the level at which he has been able to stabilize the country by now. Because if you remember, in the last days of the defeated administration or the PDP era, the country was already at a precipice of, we're almost comparing ourselves to Venezuela, where we're thinking of we'll start queuing for essential commodities and all sorts. So sometimes I tell people, you don't always compare. This is just a journey of, it's going to be 8 years journey by the grace of God. So far, it's about 6 years plus to 7 years now. Or 7 years if I'm correct. You cannot start comparing and trying to, look at the gains vis-a-vis what the PDP or the other administration recorded in 16 years. You must give it to him, and you must give it to APC as a party, that we've been able to achieve. At least the country is moving forward. There are infrastructures. Look at the rail infrastructure. Look at the rehabilitation of the roads all over now. Look at the second Niger bridge. Look at the Anchor Borers program, that the farmers are now getting the direct impact. Look at the social welfare programs being led or being directed by the Office of the Vice President, which is still under the President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. So you must give it to him, and you must give it to this administration and the APC as a government.
Yeah, all of these are verifiable facts, but people again say that new challenges have emerged. Look at the spike in insecurity, even the economy. Not many people would agree that the economy is doing very well. We have also seen disharmony among ethnic groups, the secessionist agitation in different parts of the country. And they say all of this is also because of this administration's slow approach to issues of governance.
Well, you see, I appreciate where you are coming from or the questions you are raising. Sometimes maybe when we clarify or when we get people to speak more of our achievements, people will not be in doubt. Don't forget, before now, it was an era of bomb explosions everywhere. Today now, do you hear bombs? In fact, even in Abuja here, we experienced the Suleja, the United Nations building, even your colleague this day, Media House, we experienced the bombings that took place there. But today you don't have all that. And don't forget, insecurity is not the making of this administration. These are things we met and we're trying to curtail. And it's a global trend. And that's why I always preach to people. We should be patriotic enough to understand there are certain areas and certain situations that we must not play politics with. Insecurity is one of them. All over the world, there are insecurity with different faces and depends on how you perceive it. But here, we try to play politics with it. We try to stigmatize somebody with it that, it's your government, you are not doing enough. No. It is part of a global challenge. Even in America, even in Britain, we've seen it happening. In terms of the economic hardship you are talking about, there is a global hardship all over the world. No food for a lazy man. You must work hard. You must be creative. And that is why you must give it to this administration. We've been able to, especially the farmers, they've been encouraged. There's a lot of intervention from this present administration on how to improve upon the farming industry. And that is one of the easiest ways to make money. Nigeria, with over 200 million population, we are underutilizing our agricultural sector. And that is why this present administration, just about a week and a half ago, you saw the president launching the rice pyramid. A lot of people have never seen anything like that. In fact, the photos they see about the groundnut pyramid, they never knew it was real. Now they've seen the rice pyramid. They believe things like this can happen.
Let's come back to issues within the party, the APC. The governors, they are very powerful people in any political party, the APC, the PDP, and they are influential again, especially in a case where they try to force their own opinion down the throat of the party. If you emerge as the national chairman of the party, how are you going to handle this very powerful bloc and still ensure that you have their support and even the support of the whole party at large?
It's a very simple task. You see, everything determines or depends on your manners of approach. The governors are very crucial, integral part of the party, any party, because they are leaders, they are governors in their various states. And don't forget, we are in a very peculiar democratic experience. What happens in Oyo State is not necessarily what happens in Sokoto State. We all have our different peculiarities. Now, it is very easy. One of the key ingredients in order to manage a party like APC, where you have various interests, both in terms of blocks, ethnicity, gender, is consultation. By the time you give room for proper consultation, you give people a sense of belonging, you make it an all-inclusive agenda, and you try and be fair. There should be free and fair, elections, no imposition of candidates. Popular candidates should emerge based on merit, and you carry people along. Then you won't have issues. And teamwork, more importantly. You don't sit there and say, because I'm the chairman today, I decide everybody's fate. You must consult, carry your colleagues along, have a teamwork approach towards issues, and invite stakeholders for regular consultation so that you will be able to trash issues based on, or you are proactive self towards certain issues. You see, politics is about inclusiveness. And when you don't carry people along, they are bound to suspect, even before they even start, raising issues, they are bound to suspect you. As human beings, we have that phobia of one another. So, but when you are open to people and you are able to carry them along, you let them see what you are doing and what the party is doing. And don't forget, we have a manifesto, we have a constitution. So these are things that must be brought into being. So I let them also let these documents and let the binding documents, let what we have all signed up together, let it work. At that time, nobody will accuse you of your own personal agenda. Because the most important thing for a political party is delivering on your promises to the electorate, dividends of democracy. And then you try to institutionalize the party. I'm yet to see a political party in Nigeria that stands as an institution of its own. We don't have. And over the years, some of us have gone for different workshops, training by the IRI, the NDI. They keep on inviting us. And we've learned a lot from them. It is time for us to now, domesticate our own based on our peculiarities. By the time you have this, in fact, the party will be proud of you if you are able to institutionalize the party, bring about processes that, take for instance now, I don't think we have an archive where you have to record the successes of certain policies promoted by the APC as a party. Then you are able to also document that particular person that spearheaded that issue or that policy. When you have all this, you are able to develop a strategy and planning department. You work ahead of time. Today, electioneering every day is becoming digitalized. As a party, you must be able to look at the future and start planning on how you need to educate your members, also work on an advanced electioneering system. As a party, you must be able to start, properly archiving your achievements, what you intend to do, and how you intend to help also checkmate or call to account your members before even the general public. If today God makes me the chairman of APC, I will promote an agenda where, as a party, we hold our elected representatives to account for their stewardship, so that we know we have also given Nigerians the best, and by the time, not before Nigerians start, dictating to us that, or start questioning our achievement, let us even call ourselves to order and say, look, young man, or Mr. So and so, you have been voted for this, you are not doing what you've been voted for, so that we don't go to the polls in 4 years' time and then we receive the result of bad representation.
But are you not worried that these your brilliant ideas would make you be like the lone voice in the wilderness? Because political parties these days, what they do is win election, prepare for election, win election, and wait for the next election, plan ahead of the next election. How would you carry people in your party along in institutionalizing all of these ideologies that you're talking about?
It's very easy. I told you in the beginning, consultation. These are ideas I have. It's going to be subject to the popular debate and opinion. For me, it is what the general house wants that will always, go through, or will always find its way, or find this thing, blessing in my heart. I want to be the leader of a party, not just for the title, to serve. For me, it's a call to serve. So I'm there to serve the people. And in serving the people, you must listen and also take to their advice and opinion. When you are able to have an inclusiveness agenda, and people are able to give you ideas, you listen to advice, this is not a sign of weakness, not at all. Some people mistake consultation as a sign of weakness. It is not. At the same time, I will want to instill what they call party discipline.
That's very important.
Such that people will know the do's and don'ts. Because every political party is free entrance and free exit if you don't want. So you don't come into a party and you don't want to obey the norms, the terms of condition that is binding us, and then we'll just fold our arms and leave you to rock the house. No, no, no. There must be party discipline. And that brings me to party supremacy, such that we will be able to achieve our promises. Not party supremacy to dictate to people as one dictator. No.
Party's interest at all times
At all
supersedes
time.
that of any member.
Exactly. Because our major strategy will be how to sustain governance. And it is when you are able to win that election, you have that victory of governance, then you can be able to give what you have preached during the electioneering year. If you don't have it, you cannot. You can't give what you don't have.
Well, there are strong indications that your party might opt for a consensus candidate, looking at the number of aspirants already throwing their hats in the ring. If your party opts for that choice, will you support it? And if you do you stand a chance?
Like I said, I'm a party man to the core. I will support 100% anything that will make APC victorious at the end of the day. Because that is when our ideals, our beliefs, our agenda for the country can be transformed. Without having APC as a unified, strong entity, and for us to deliver and to sustain the gains already recorded by President Muhammadu Buhari's administration, then, I mean, fighting individual battles will not take us anywhere. So for me, whatever will give us victory at the end of the day, in an harmonious way, I'm 100% for it.
The National Progressives Conference, that was the first of its kind, came up with a strong resolution that the women in your party will no longer play second fiddle, suggesting that over the years they have been neglected or pushed to the background. How would you fix this?
Well, you see, I always believe there are internal strategies that sometimes has to do with how you manage issues within the family. The women, the youth are integral and very important and critical parts of this movement or this family of APC. So carrying them along wouldn't be a headache, will not be an issue. The most important thing is giving them a sense of belonging, giving them that inclusiveness, because we need, like the younger generation and the youth, from all statistics now, it shows that 75 to 80% of total votes cast in the country belongs to them. Do you want to ignore their wishes, or do you want to ignore their presence in the party, or do you want to ignore policies that will enhance their productivity? So these are some of the things I intend to promote. Try and also see that we help to improve upon how their welfare, their well-being is taken care of. You must help to see that policies are formulated through the party to promote, take for instance now, is it technical or vocational studies that you can help to promote through your government, to see that the younger generations are gainfully employed. They can become masters of their own without working for somebody for the next 20 years. Within a year or two of apprenticeship, they can also employ their own staffs. They can be employer of labor. The women wing, for me, there is no law that says you must subject the women folk to the background of any society. Sometimes you even have better representation from them. Don't forget, we're all born of a woman. So if anybody realizes that, then you will remember your mom at home. Then you must definitely promote the female folk.
Winning the position of chairman will mean that you will lead the party into the next general election, which is very critical because the All Progressives Congress wants to succeed itself. You want to hand over to an APC administration also. There may not be so much time for all of these holistic reforms and all of that. The focus will be on the election. In the meantime, how would you win, or how would you be able to sway the support of Nigerians for in favor of the APC?
Well, thank you. You see, we are now in a digital world. Gone are the days where you go for campaign rallies in a village square, you mount the stage or the podium and start castigating the other opposition party. No. We are going to be doing things differently. The most important thing is trying to tell Nigerians what we have been able to gain and what we intend to improve upon and what we promise to do for them if voted back into office. You don't need 2 months, 3 months to do this. Every day we must be there discussing issues. It will be issues oriented, issues based, whereby we are able to also provide solution and they will see us in a very proactive arrangement. We give people solutions and we let them know this is how we intend to achieve this and this is how we intend to make life easier for everybody, because we are all Nigerians who operate from the same market forces. So our own approach will be different. And we thank God, we already have an administration that has laid a lot of foundation, good foundations and solid one for that matter. So the most important thing is how we also build on that so that we can be able to achieve more gains in future.
All right, then a fine place to leave it, sir. Malam Saliu Mustapha, APC National Chairmanship aspirant. Thank you for your time on the program, sir.
It's a pleasure once more.
Well, that's our program for the week. You can see this episode again on TVC News YouTube channel. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and share. You can also find me on Twitter. My handle is @Femi Akonde TVC. Thank you for watching.